And welcome back, Firewood Addicts, to another episode of Travis Firewood. Today we're talking about days of the week of firewood sales. Dig it. So we are back home, and I can't find my hat. So anyway, as you can see, the firewood stand is almost empty. We have the one bonfire rack. We have about three bundles of non-premium cedar kindling in the back there. Everything else is sold out. I got cleaned out, and that is a bummer. Now, I know that on my cameras I saw people come and go, and I'm pretty sure everyone paid for the wood. I even got one conversation of a woman complaining that the bundles were $5, like not enough wood. I don't know. I need to review that. But if you're not gonna buy the firewood, then don't. You don't have to buy anyway. People baffle me. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that no one stole wood. First, everything was paid for. It's hard to track like who pays for what when you're remote, when you're not home, right? And they don't ping you. They just kind of show up and grab and pay, which is one of the benefits of the firewood stand. But what I should have done was pre-positioned or prepared racks and bundles of wood all ready to go, and have someone else restock the stand, because the stand sat at least a good week, 7 days like this, almost empty, which is not ideal on several levels. One level was, if there's one car missing in the driveway and you know the house and the firewood stand's empty again and again, that's an indication that no one's home, or the guy or the person doing the firewood is not available, which is not a good sign. So the indication that like the people at the house are not home, which I don't like to bring attention to the house when I'm not home, even though I had someone kind of like house sitting ish. But I ran out of time to prepare wood to go in the firewood stand, and that's on me. But ideally, when you go away and you have a stand like this, have someone keep an eye on it for you and restock the stand, because you don't want to have the stand sit empty for very long or ever. Because my train of thought, my logic on that in saying that is, if people come here and because they know your location, they know your stand, is they come here and they see that you don't have any bundles of wood, or they see that you don't have the type of wood that they want, they will go elsewhere. They go to the local grocery store, the hardware store, and then they'll get wood there, and they possibly won't come back to your firewood stand. Now, I encourage my customers to take a business card. The business card is at the front of my stand, so when you pay, you see it. Let's also show you right now. I had the firewood stand here with the card. On the card is my number. Text me. That's all you gotta do is text me. All you gotta do is text me. I mean, a lot of people message me on Facebook, but let's walk down that hill. Here, let's walk down the hill. I encourage people to reach out to me via text. Ping me, confirm that I have certain wood available. Either they want a rack, they want 2 racks, they want a few bundles, they want kindling. But sometimes I get busy and I don't have time to restock the stand. Now, I encourage people to ping me ahead of time, but it's not required. They don't have to do that. A lot of people just don't want any contact, any communication. They come, they grab the wood that they want, they pay, and they go. But if I don't have the wood, I'm afraid that I'm losing customers. So having the stand sit here empty is a bummer. Yeah, it's definitely not ideal. But as I'm thinking about how to restock it, like when do you restock it? Do you restock it as needed? Do you restock it every day? Do you restock it only certain days? I wanted to find that out. So in this episode, we're talking about, if you have a firewood stand like mine, or want to start one, some sort of cadence, some sort of like projection, some sort of like rhythm of having to refill it, or or prepare wood to refill the stand. So you're not doing it every day. Every day is kind of a pain in the butt. That's big because you want this to be passive income where you're making money without having to do much work or any work or less work, versus you're on call bringing cords of wood in and out. That's kind of the point of the firewood stand, at least in my opinion. So that's what we're talking. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's get into it. So yes, I got home and I was hoping the firewood gods would have bucked up these 3 logs of cottonwood. They did not. So I still need to get through this. I have a bunch of catching up to do in the office, so this is still pending. But yes, I do have these logs here. They are in my driveway, so my driveway still is inaccessible, which is a bummer. So when I have cameras at my firewood stand, and they're more for security. Only a few times I've actually used the cameras to talk to customers. Either I was in my office and I didn't want to go upstairs, or I was away, and people sometimes look confused when we're at the stand. So I want to make sure that any questions they have would be answered. So I was able to communicate with them via the camera without having to scare the crap out of them. But so that was helpful. But usually the time is I can make the connection of when. If I can recognize the customer by either their face or their vehicle, who they are, what they bought, so I can track it. I can track it all. So, but that and the camera. So when when someone messages me, hey, do you have bundles? I don't have to go outside and check. I can look at my cameras and say, oh yes, I have X amount of bundles. I have them in a rack. Come on down. Here's the address. And I have to go upstairs, or I have to go outside. So the cameras help in that respect. But and with that too, I can check, hey, I am low on bundles. I need to go outside today and make a few bundles and restock it. Type thing. But if I can figure out average time or what days in the week I get sales at the stand, then I can kind of gauge or kind of plan ahead, right? So that's what I tried to find out. So I did an episode a while ago, and it was tracking sales. Now, a lot of you didn't see that episode, but I'll link it up above. But it was about any sales that I'm doing, either at the stand or bulk wood or any sales of firewood. I track it. I try to track names. I track dates, I track what they bought, when they bought it, how much, and if they tipped or any other extra money, or what I charge for delivery for that person, so I can do the same next time, not have to think about it. So what I did was, from today, going back to the 1st of January, because I'm pretty sure I got wood sales on the 1st of the year. New Year's Day. Now, granted, seasonally, my sales differ. They could differ. Anyone could differ, right? But I sell wood throughout the year, versus some people only sell wood during the colder months. But I sell to people heating with their wood, who don't have space for cord of wood or can't afford a cord of wood, as well as I provide wood for campfires. Like for right now, people want to burn outside. Rock and roll, buy a bundle of wood, you got a campfire. Dig it. So what I did is I tried to break down on what days of the week I got the most sales. So here's what I found out. I sold wood 20 times on a Monday. Now, granted, this is just for a little more than half the year, from January 1st up until now, which is you're seeing this on August 2nd, right? So, 20 Mondays for the last 7 months or so, I sold wood at the firewood stand. Versus on a Tuesday, it was only 13 Tuesdays, okay? Compared to Wednesday, it was 16 Wednesdays. So I don't get a lot of sales on Tuesdays, and I don't get a lot of sales on Wednesdays. It jumps up to 26 Thursdays. So almost double the amount of sales that I get on Thursdays. Shooting towards Friday, it was 39 sales on a Friday, and it jumps up to 42 on Saturdays, and jumps back down to Sundays, which is 37. So I get the most sales on average on Saturdays. I get the least amount of sales on Tuesdays, which means that the firewood stand would be hit the hardest on a weekend, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I get the third less sales on a Thursday. So just by that simple math, just by having to do a little coaxing on the spreadsheet that I use for tracking my firewood sales, I'm going to go with, for me, Thursdays. Thursdays are the best day to restock the firewood stand. So that would indicate to me that I need to plan a few hours a day on a Thursday to restock the stand. Make sure it's full, or if it is full, or does it need like a full restock, to prepare wood in advance for the weekend if I do get sales later that day on a Thursday, or the following day on a Friday, or sometime during the weekend, that I'm prepared where I can just come outside with the wheelbarrow and I'm good to go. Because really, this wood in here I had to source from to kind of pick out to go into rack wood, bonfire wood, kindling, and the bundles. So having to grab it, it's what I do is throughout my yard, I grab and I put it in a wheelbarrow of certain species that I know, or type of wood that I know is dry and good to go. And usually I'm making bundles, so I'll bring at least 2, maybe 3 wheelbarrows of wood to make bundles. Bundles are going to be made right here in my bundling area right here. Make my bundles, and then I put that wood in the back of my lawn tractor there, right? And then I ferry it up the hill. Same with my racks, right? But if so my point was saying that is, if the firewood stand is already pretty much stocked, what I can do is pre-position or prepare wood to restock that here in the backyard. So if I get sales up there at the firewood stand, all you gotta do is take the wheelbarrow, which would be full of bundles, or one rack or whatever, or have the lawn tractor all good to go, like wood in here, and drive it up the hill. Done. So that's what I think I'm gonna be doing. Is I will block off time in my calendar, like a few hours on every Thursday, to restock the stand and or prepare wood in advance here, prepare the bundles, prepare a rack wood, so when I do get a sale, or if the stand is depleted, I can easily restock it so it's always full. That's what I am going for, is keeping the stand always full, so it's people come, they grab whatever amount of wood that they need, and they go. Because I don't want it empty. I don't want to lose sales. But more importantly, I don't want to lose customers. So again, my theory is if they come to the stand and they don't text me prior, which is not their fault, and they come to the stand and they don't see the wood that they want, or the quality of wood, or the amount of wood, whatever, they don't see what they want, they're going to leave empty-handed, and probably go somewhere else and maybe not come back again. That's my fear, and that's what I don't want any of you starting a stand to do, or have a stand to do, is have your stand be empty. Regardless of you having inventory or not. If you don't have inventory, buy wood and sell it. Take that hit, but always have wood available that season so you can sell it at your firewood stand. That's what I'm going for. So, and your days of the week of when you sell the most wood versus when you sell the least wood, that could vary. That could vary by location. That could vary by season. However you sell your wood. But for what I'm talking about is at the firewood stand alone, because I don't sell bulk wood, and if you want to watch the channel, you know that, right? So that's what this is all about. So I just wanted to give, like, not a lesson learned, not a pro tip, but to learn with you of when would be a good day, because I hate to maybe like plan out, or to look at my camera or go outside and say every day in the morning, say, I should restock the stand today. Versus, a rhythm or a cadence or whatever, some sort of like every other day or one day a week, that you need to cut out a block of time in that day to do for the firewood stand. So this is outside of having to get wood, or to market your company, or to split wood, or to whatever you're going to do. That's outside of your normal firewood production process. This is more or less sales. So make sure that you block up time, enough time, and that is every other day, like I'm saying, or every Thursday, like I'm going to do now, is to make sure that that's blocked out and dedicated, and saved to fill this firewood stand. Because it's not like I'm failing at sales or failing the firewood stand. I'm just saying that it's empty, and I was gone, and that's my thought, but that's my fault. But I was thinking about, like, what would make sense of creating a time or day of the week. What would make more sense to figure out what would be best of making sure that I can block out time to fill a stand. So I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, and hope this makes sense. So for me, again, it's going to be Thursday would be the best day that makes more sense in terms of sales to prepare, because I sell most of the wood on a weekend. And I would say that would be pretty much average, or pretty similar to a lot of you out there who also sell bundles of firewood. So that's all I gotta say. You let me know your thoughts. Is there a time or day in the week that you refill your stand, or do you do it as needed? Do you do it every morning? Just make sure that it's full. You have time for that. I don't know, because a lot of us doing side hustles have a full-time job or something else going on, where firewood is a side thing for like beer money or whatever else, or to progress the process. You whatever income you make on the firewood, you buy a new chainsaw or a new splitter, or it goes back into your firewood production process to kind of build that empire. So I'm hoping that this makes sense and is maybe helpful for you. I know a lot of you aren't planners, perhaps. But if you're not a planner, perhaps, and you're always feeling like you're lacking or struggling to refill the stand, well, maybe it's good to have a certain day that you do refill the stand. So this is my process of having to think about it logically of when would be a good time. So, and I encourage you to track your sales. If you want like a template of me tracking of what I use and what I have created, let me know. Reach out to me, and I'll send you that spreadsheet, and you can use it for what you will. Yeah, and on that note too, from the previous episode of me offering to help fund someone to start their firewood bundle, a money making side hustle or whatever, no one really has reached out. I had one person of interest, but if you I can only do it for one person. So if there's any more interest, let me know, and we can work out a deal, type thing. Anyway, that's it for this episode. So you got this cottonwood that is drying from the core challenge, and even, I mean, it's just blasted right now from the west sun, and it just smells awful. Okay, I won't lie to you. Just having to just stand next to it here, and it smells bad. I kind of want to moisture test it to see where it's at, but definitely, I mean, it's not close to being, it's not close to being dry. I know that. Anyway, again, so thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Until next time, life's too short to be a prick, so stay kind to one another. Stay safe out there. Stay cool in the summer heat. Rock and roll, keep cutting. Cheers.